I'm an online coach, and over the last 8 years, I've helped hundreds of men and women lose weight, completely transform their physiques, and rebuild confidence to levels they thought were never possible. And from doing this for so long, one thing has become unbelievably clear. People don't have a weight loss problem, people have a keeping weight off problem. Because the reality is, people lose weight all the time. The issue is that when they lose weight, they always regain it back. And given you're watching the video, I presume you don't want that happening to yourself. So by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly why you keep regaining the weight you lose, and show you how to make sure the next time you lose weight, you keep it off for good. All I ask for in return is you hit the subscribe button. I don't know where it is, but just get it done. So the biggest mistake people make is how they actually approach weight loss in the first place. People look at dieting like it's the only goal, and when they drop all the weight, they've just completed fitness and they're good to go. The reality is, fat loss isn't your life. It's a very small part of it, or at least it should be a very small part of your life, because there's so much more that comes off afterwards. Because the reality is, you're gonna wanna lose weight. And when you lose weight, you're gonna wanna keep it off, which means you probably have to go through a bit of a reverse dieting phase, maintenance phase. You might want to build some muscle, get stronger. Maybe you want to start high rocks or running or something like that. You're going to want to learn how to keep weight off on holidays and how to manage socials, or even how to move away from tracking your calories on MyFitnessPal. So when you think about it, there's a lot more to this than just fat loss. But because you keep thinking of fat loss, you constantly keep losing and regaining weight because you don't know what kind of comes afterwards. Here's a really simple analogy to help you visualize it. Imagine you're climbing a rope. Climbing the rope is you achieving a goal. So that could be losing weight, building muscle, whatever it is. And the more and more you climb the rope, the higher you get and the better the view is for you. Losing weight initially is like you're climbing that rope, right? You're climbing, and all of a sudden you get to that goal weight. You look in the mirror and you bloody love what you see. So you think, right, I'm gonna maintain this. My goal now is just to maintain this weight for the rest of my life. So I'm gonna hold on to the rope and just admire the view. The issue with that is, it's just as hard to hold on to the rope as it is to climb. And we're very goal oriented. We tend to do things because we get a return. So if we're not actively achieving a goal, we're gonna be less inclined to do things. We look at dieting. What gets you dropping body fat? Eating less calories, exercising more steps, so on and so forth. Holding onto that rope in this analogy, you're looking at the same view, but your hands are getting a little tired. Oh, this is a bit tiring, so I'm gonna loosen up my grip a little. You get lower and lower down the rope, and all of a sudden you're at the bottom with no view. Same thing with weight loss. If you kind of go, right, I'm just gonna aim to maintain my weight, you're not gonna keep tracking your calories, or hit your steps, or training, or running, or cardio, whatever it is you're doing, for the sake of doing it. If there's no positive goal result coming your way other than just maintaining, you will fall back into old habits. More calories, more socials, more takeaways, more drinks, and before you know it, the weight is piled back on. So now that we know fat loss isn't the only thing you need to look at, it's easy to break this down into phases. Phase one, being the one you're probably used to, is fat loss. You will need to go through a period of time where you're dropping body fat. Now, whether you've got 5 kilos to lose or 50 kilos to lose, it's gonna take a bit of time potentially. The way I do this with my clients is I break it down to every 5 to 10 kilos you lose, you get a week-long diet break. So if you've got 40 kilos to lose, for example, that's not one 40 kilo swoop, it's 10 kilos, break. 10 kilos, break. 10 kilos, break. Found 10 kilos, you're there. It makes it a little easier to kind of manage long term. And if you find weight loss particularly challenging and you want a bit of a hand, click the first link in the description below. Now, let's say you've lost all the weight you want to lose finally, and you're at your goal weight. Now comes phase two, the reverse diet. Something you might not be super aware of, so let me break down kind of what a reverse diet is and why we do it. So when you finish dieting, you've got really good habits on how to lose weight, but you've also got your habits on how to gain weight. And what generally tends to happen is people go back and forth between losing weight and gaining weight, back and forth, back and forth. Hell, it's the whole point of this video. So we need to kind of create this new strain of habits between the two, and that's where the reverse diet comes into play. Because the reality is, you want to be eating more calories, but not be doing the dog in it. You know, we don't have to be doing as many steps, but that doesn't mean do no steps. We can reduce our cardio a little bit, but that doesn't mean no cardio. So we kind of need to gradually, phasically kind of make these changes. So what we'll do is we'll probably increase you to about 500 calories over what your dieting calories are. And we'll hold that for 2 weeks, but just to get you used to eating more calories. From there, we might increase 200 calories every 2 or 3 weeks until you're eating as many calories as you can where you're maintaining weight. The reason we do it so slowly is because A, just getting you doubling your calories, even at your maintenance, straight away, sounds great in theory, but if I said to you, I want you eating 1,000 or 1,500 calories more a day and keeping the same level of structure, the reality is you'd struggle with that quite a lot. So we do it gradually so you can get used to every kind of calorie amount you're looking to eat, so that by the time you get to the higher amount of calories that has you maintaining, and by gradually pulling calories up, it means it makes it easier to kind of build a routine with those calories, so not doing the dog in it. And when we look to bring in things like a few drinks or meals out or takeaways, we don't end up doing the dog in it. because we have a little bit of structure. Once you've gone through that reverse diet comes the third phase, and that third phase can look different per person, and it's all based on what your goals are. Say you want to completely transform your physique, we might go into a strength phase. We focus on getting strong at a certain amount of exercise at the gym, and then from there progress you into a gaining phase where we focus on, over a long period of time, building more and more muscle. If the goal is very physique based, you might then book a photo shoot or something of those likes, so we can focus on building more muscle, dieting down, and seeing the change in your physique. Maybe after that reverse diet, your phase 3 is very performance based. You want to start things like high rocks or triathlon training or running. It's very person dependent. And the reality is that phase 3 is going to take a long period of time. And when you look back, fat loss kind of becomes not even something you really think about. It's almost like the thing you do to unlock the rest of what you do with your life. So you're not just losing, gaining weight constantly time and time again. So to recap on all that, fat loss is a goal, but it's not gonna be your entire life. It's gonna be a part of your life. Phase 1 is fat loss. Every 5 to 10 kilos, give yourself a week-long diet break until you're at that goal weight. Phase 2 is the reverse diet to transition you from dieting mode to lifestyle mode. And phase 3 is kind of what comes after. That could be building strength, building muscle, running a marathon, running an ultra marathon, high rocks, you name it, that's that third phase. And then we look at little side quests like how to remove tracking calories and staying on track, managing holidays, socials, weekends, and not regain all the weight you lost. And I think the biggest thing you need to do now is recognize that this isn't just an 8 to 12 week diet and then you're good to go. This is a lifelong change. And the longer you think of this as an 8 to 12 week diet, the more likely you are to keep losing and gaining the same 10 pounds over and over again. Now, if you found that video helpful and it kind of enlightened you a little more as to maybe why you keep losing and gaining the same 10 pounds over and over again and seemingly starting a new diet every Monday, make sure you hit subscribe because I'm posting videos every week to help you lose weight, feel great, and get into the shape of your life. And after watching that, you want me to help you through your weight loss and then what comes afterwards, hit the first link in my bio to inquire for one-to-one coaching with yours truly. For now though, make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions for me whatsoever, leave them down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.